In this short section, I want to talk about the evening small group session, or the very first important small group session if it's on a one-day schedule. And I say it's so important because it's so foundational to the experience of a cohort in creating safety, a place of openness and transparency, free of shame and guilt. And it's an opportunity for each person in the small group to self-disclose to the degree that they're comfortable and simply to get prayed for. So this small group happens after the frameworks talk. And at the end of the frameworks talk, the cohort leader will explain what the small group session is and guide them in. And in that session, I usually say something like this. In this next small group, you're going to have an opportunity to share with your group what you're carrying into this experience. It could be the things that are going on in your life right now, in your family and work, some things that are concerning you or causing burden. It could be some things that you've been living with for quite some time, some long-term illness or sorrows over the course of your life. It just could be that you're tired today, or it could even be some joys and exciting things that are happening in your life at this stage. Whatever you want to share with your group is fine. And you have the opportunity to share anything you would like with your group. Just what are you carrying in to this experience? And after you share that, your friends in your small group are going to spend some time praying for you, very briefly, about what you shared with them. You can give specific prayer requests, so just leave it open to them to pray for you about whatever you are carrying. And generally in this experience, we lay hands on each other. We put hands on each other's shoulders just to say, hey, we're here with you. We want to bless you in the name of the Father, Son, and Spirit, and just let you know that we're here and praying for you. If that's not comfortable for you, you can just let people know you'd rather not them lay hands on you. They can just pray for you where they are from their seats. You have about an hour for this experience, so individuals can't share for more than 4 or 5 minutes. And it's really important, cohort leaders, that you remind people that this isn't a place for advice giving. It's not a place for explaining how they could live their life better or differently or what they could do. It's simply a space to listen, to receive, and to pray. The most important thing we can do in our friend's life is take their joys and sorrows to the feet of Christ. And that's what we're going to be doing for one another. We're going to pray for each other. So it's important, cohort leaders, that you frame that time really well. And it's important for you mentors to make sure that you're setting up the time, facilitating it so that it doesn't go too long or too short, that each person has a chance to share and be prayed for, and that it doesn't go too long. On the schedule, you notice there's a prayer time afterwards, a communal prayer time, and that's artificially there in part to kind of keep that prayer time to about an hour. It would be difficult if that prayer time lasted 2 hours. It'd be exhausting, especially if it's in the evening. We're not wanting it to degenerate into a long, drawn-out counseling session or listening session. It's a short, brief, what are you carrying in and how can we pray? So that each person can self-disclose and receive the blessing of prayer and move towards rest for the rest of the evening. It's an important piece of the retreat. It reminds people that they're in control of what they share. And it reminds them that they're cared for in the context of prayer, a loving community that's simply going to care for them by taking them to the feet of Christ.